Oh my God. I love y'all. I love y'all. But, can y'all see, can y'all hear music? I don't know. But, so, what I wanted to talk about today was, okay, cool, because I wanted to leave my music on. And you know, I'm all dressed up like this. Guess where I'm about to go? The dollar store. Oh, shit. I'm about to go to the dollar store. No, but for real, I got a few places to go, and then I'm going to the dollar store for real. So if y'all see me at the dollar store, you know what it is, you know? Oh, my God. Let me turn it down. So, what I wanted to talk about was a few things, actually. I wanted to talk about what people always ask me about, because, you know, I don't approve of shooting your shot at nobody, right? So, I think the best way to shoot your shot without shooting your shot is when being honest, being confident. Like the other day, some guy approached me straight up, and I talked about this in my YouTube video. He was like, yeah, since I've been waiting a long time for you to hit me up, you know, since I've been waiting a long time for you to hit me up, you think I deserve a date? And I was like, are you broke? Are you broke? Because only broke niggas ask that, you know. I was like, you be asking women to take you out? And he was like, no, I take women out all the time. I was like, okay, true. So where we going? Where we going? You know? So that's one of the things that I always promote. Or you know, you sitting at the bar and a guy's in your face wrapping you up, right? And for people who don't know what wrapping you up means, because I always use DC slang, I forget y'all don't know what that means. Talking you to death. You just be like, so yeah, it sounds like you gonna cop that bill, you know? You gonna cop that bill. So, and they be giggling. They be like, oh, for real? Nah. I be like, oh, it sounds like you ought to. Because you've been talking to me and you all in my face. So it seems like you want to treat me nice tonight. Seems like you want to treat me nice, right? So that's one way. Another way of shooting your shot without shooting your shot is just by like acknowledging they see you and being like, so what you trying to do? I see you looking at me, you know. Would you like my face? You know. And then you just hit them like that. Would you like my face? So show me how much you like it, you know. And that's how you hit them. So another thing I wanted to talk about, though, and I gotta take my glasses off for this one. Hold up, y'all. Because this is something. It's every time. So something that I don't think everybody notices, but I have noticed since the beginning of time since I even started messing with feminism like that, is that there's always some new form of feminism that a group of dummies get together and they come up with, and they think like they create something to get themselves on with from the beginning of time. Because I remember I did not fuck with feminism like that. Like about like about, I would say 4 years ago or so, I really didn't fuck with feminism like that, because a lot of people were basically promoting it as being man worship, like you doing half of everything and y'all doing going half on everything. And I was like, that's not even my ministry, so I wasn't really messing with it. And a lot of people still carry that, and it was a lot about marriage, a lot about partnership and everything, and I just didn't care for it, you know. And a lot of feminism back then, about 4 years ago, definitely left out sex workers. They definitely left out trans people. So I didn't really mess with that, because I'm like, I grew up with sex workers, I grew up with trans people, they were my aunts, so I didn't really mess with it, you know. And it's like that, I grew up with basic respect for all people. I don't care what you doing or who you doing. Like, that's not my business, you know. And my business is to respect you as a person and as an adult, you know. But a lot of my aunts are trans, so I really wasn't fucking with feminism about 4 years ago, because they really wasn't on that. I don't care what nobody tell you. Feminism was not on that. They weren't on it. They really weren't. So, as time went on, right? As time went on, I guess they started to want to be more inclusive and started including more trans people and stuff like that, and started talking more about accepting being single. Because I remember it was a big thing, like a lot of women accepting like that they don't want to get married, they don't want to have kids, they don't want to be in partnerships. That was like a new thing. Shoot, my bad. I don't care what nobody try to tell you. It's a new thing. It's a new thing. So feminism was not about that. It was not about supporting that. It was not about supporting free women who wanted to be single. So every few months, though, there's a new form of feminism that arrives on my timeline. And I'm telling you guys this because I also have to get it in my DMs. I also have to get it with people who come to me who want to work with me, right? Because they identify with that. So I got to deal with, when I ask them about themselves, they identify with these identities, I guess. So, I always have to know what's new, but I don't ever endorse it. My form of feminism has always been the same. Always been the same. Always been the same. So, if you guys have followed me for a long time, it's always been about getting your money, being on your own, fuck these niggas, you know, that's my feminism. So, like, now, this form of feminism is that, anybody who's bringing up, that you should, I'm so sorry, I can't even say this out loud because it's so ridiculous, but, anybody who promotes that you should get stuff for your time or your labor is slut shaming those who get nothing. Let me tell you why that is a violent form of feminism and why it's very irresponsible, okay? There are young girls who come and don't learn about feminism until they get on the internet. There are plenty of young girls who follow us, you know? And I would never want to promote to the young girls that follow us that it's okay to be disrespected and have sex with that man. It's very, very irresponsible to promote something like that. It's very, very irresponsible. I would never want some young girls to be out here thinking they're going to find equality, some irrelevant form of equality, through fucking men that do not give a fuck about them. I would never promote no form of feminism like that. And anybody who promotes a form of feminism like that is very violent and they're stupid. And I would never, ever have anybody on my page talking like that. Because I would never want nobody to sit there and be sending this message out to these girls. It's young girls, young boys who are still figuring out their sexuality who follow me. Young trans girls, young trans men, you know? Like, I'm not going to sit there and tell them, yeah, you need to use your sexuality to be liberated for free, for nothing. That's never going to work, you know? And a lot of my gay and trans and non-binary clients, like, they're still figuring out what they like, you know, or what they want, how they want to pursue dating, what they think is okay, you know. And the last thing it's a few things before the last thing I'm ever going to tell them is that it's okay for somebody to disrespect you, and that's still and you still have sex with them because that's liberation. It's not liberation. That's free will. If you want to be a dumb bitch, that's free will. If you want to be a dumb person and let people disrespect you, that's free will. That's not feminism. Like, people who feel offended by the idea of demanding more for their lives often do so out of fear, out of examining the behavior they spent their whole lives overlooking. Very true, Slumflower. Like, a lot of people, honestly, they just feel too insecure, and they're really pick-me's. They're really pick